Valorant's newest map, Pearl, arrives with the Episode 5 update on June 22nd, and marks the first map in Valorant without any sort of gimmick. We got to test the map early so we could start putting this map under a microscope and see what the ideal meta would look like and how you can dominate every game. Before playing the map, the general artwork and vibe reminded us a ton of Counter-Strike's Inferno. In fact, even when playing it, I was constantly thinking in my head I was playing Inferno and using similar callouts. But for Valorant, the map is an interesting combination of the smaller maps that already exist like Ascent and Split. The map is so similar to Split in size that it was one of the primary reasons why the release of Pearl is tied with the removal of Split from the competitive and unrated queues. For those that like smaller maps like Ascent, Split, and Bind, Pearl fits perfectly like a glove. The last two Valorant maps have been so gigantic, with long lineups and line of sights, and rely on a lot of pinpoint accuracy when taking a fight, something that I personally struggle with. Luckily, there's one long range lane on this map and it's going into B site, and this might be why when playing I often saw a lot of teams focusing on A site to attack. Every map in Valorant has a gimmick, and Pearl's gimmick is that there is no gimmick. According to the press notes given to us, Pearl was originally called Pit and had a giant pit in the middle that you could fall down. That sounded a lot similar to the map Ilios from Overwatch. This was removed a little late in development, and that means now this is the only map in the game that's a straightforward map and doesn't have a gimmick. The meta of the map is very loose, and will evolve as Pearl is played competitively and more agents are released. Overall, most agents work really well for the map, but it's definitely focused more on gathering information with agents like Sova and Fade, where Pearl's short walls can have utility like Sova's Recon Dart or Fade's Haunt lobbed over. KO's utility on Pearl might be outclassed by other utility that's more wall hacky, and something like the 0-point knife might struggle to find as much information as a Recon Dart or a Haunt. Viper can be played on Pearl, but her wall isn't as effective on cutting off the enemy as it is on maps like Icebox and Breeze, where there are those consistent long-range sights. Players will gravitate more towards traditional controllers like Omen and Brimstone and maybe even Astra for those quick hits and isolating attackers. Chamber is strong on Pearl, being able to lock down at prime entry point with his trademark as well as covering flanks for his own attack. I found that Killjoy was very popular in the playtest, especially on defense for B-site, where players would put their turret out into the open to make contact to the enemy, and then Killjoy themselves would hide in a corner with a shotgun and just wait. Kind of like Inferno. Pearl is a great addition to the Valorant landscape and will quickly be a favorite for everyone to play. Are you sad that Split is taking its place now? What's your favorite agent to play on this map? Let us know down below, and for all things Pearl, keep it here at IGN.